Yes.
So hello everyone, my name is Victoria. Today I will be managing the MA session for Waterfall network, and this MA will be divided actually. First part is business development questions, and the second part is tech questions. So my first question is addressed to the Richard. Recently, you announced commitments from 3 new backers, totaling $11 and $6 million. What impact do you foresee from these commitments, and what plans do you have for utilizing this support?
Okay, so I guess that question is for me. Yes, absolutely. Right. Recently, we announced that the commitment, from three bakers, and they are going to support us in the very long-term perspective. But it's not a one-time capital field to support a project. It depends on the capital will come in, depends on the request. So we do have a certain plan in marketing perspective, in listing perspective, and also in some other, for example, the developer building perspective, based on different tasks, based on different subject. Then we are going to use the so-called capital call, for example. Let me continue. So we actually work depends on different tasks, different duty, and have a capital call to get the support from those bakers. So anyway, based on what the commitment, I believe we have a very good supporter from those 3 bakers to support us then.
Okay, and are you guys planning to get more venture capitalist investment in the coming future?
Sorry, could you repeat again? Because I believe my connection is not that, not that good.
Sure, no problem. Are you guys planning to get more VC investments in the coming future?
Well, not necessary. I would say not necessary. Depends on it. I can share from the 2 angles. First of all, actually for every project, so-called decentralized project, right, and also so-called the community-driven project, actually it's not necessary backed by venture capital, right? Because it's decentralized. It supposedly should be supported by all the supporters. Who is a supporter? Every one of you. Every one of you is supporter. If you don't support it, you please don't join it. Okay, please. If you don't support it, please don't join it. So it's really driven by community, not driven by any single big ticket, single big institution. No, that's not right. However, some venture capital, of course, they have a good vision, maybe. Of course, they have a long-term plan, maybe. Yes, they like to support a good project. Yes, of course, we welcome them. If they really understand what is Waterfall is. If they really understand what Waterfall is, I would say most of the people, they may not necessarily to understand that. Why is that? Well, ask yourself, do you know the real true things about Waterfall? Do you know the real true things about the decentralization? Do you know the true value of the DAG network to support the very massive transaction? About the data, not about the financial perspective only. Well, ask yourself. I would say, to be honest, I don't believe. I would say most of the people, they don't understand that. They're only trying to figure out if they are able to get some kind of benefit from this protocol. Sorry, that's not something we want. That's not something we plan. So very simple for the venture capital. Definitely, we are welcome them, but we are not necessary to pursue them actively.
Okay, we got you. Thank you for answering that. And my next question is, market cap-wise, what do you think would be a success in the future? What would you like to achieve?
Well, I can give some point about this. I believe somebody else from the team can also share the opinion. I believe the developer build is the first priority. Right now, the protocol is mature and pretty sophisticated, and the goal right now and all the effort right now is try to develop different applications from gaming perspective, from gaming angle, from the DeFi sector, also from the for example the other application based on different NFT as well, and also a lot of different application, you know. So stablecoin definitely one of them as well. And we all know PayFi, not simply DeFi, the very narrow defined DeFi, but for all the PayFi application is also something we want to develop as well. So that would be my 2 cents. I will see if any, maybe Sergey, you have some other idea as well.
Sure. Actually, yeah. Hello, everyone. I'm Sergey, who is the head of research of Waterfall.network. So, yeah, we basically, I'm trying to start my video. So, yeah, hello, everyone. So, yeah, we are not looking at basically at market cap as like an end goal or some benchmark. The benchmark is the usage. The benchmark is utilization of the network. The benchmark is amount of dApps and amount of users on these dApps. And we are currently working with multiple of them. And actually, I'm pleased to see some of the developers of the dApps which are already deployed on Waterfall network and and will be announced shortly. So. Yeah, they're also here on this AMA and expect the announcement to go as early as next week or maybe even this week. So yeah, and this is where the adoption starts. So you know, we basically it is a utilization. Basically, we need a real utility behind it, and this is the benchmark for us. The rest is the byproduct of this, not the end goal. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you for answering. And my next question is, exchanges are the ultimate way for distributing coins. What are our plans for future Waterfall exchange listings? Any hints on what we're looking at?
Yeah, absolutely. Right now, the Waterfall only lists on GetIO and the MEXC, and definitely Waterfall is trying to list on other exchange, and also actually aiming to the tier 1, for example, like a Bybit, for example, like OKX, right? So even the well, I not necessarily, maybe I don't need I should not mention the name, but anyway, so for the people's expectation, yes, Waterfall Association aim to list on those top tier exchange for sure. And the association also pay a lot of effort and also doing a lot of work to achieve that target.
Okay, thank you. So I believe our community should just have more faith and wait for some good news about new listings. And my next question.
I will try to say yes, definitely. Well, it's very common sense, right? For everybody and also for the team, Waterfall Association, everybody know we have to be listed on more exchange, more top tier exchange. Yes, of course. And why we don't do that? Of course, we want to do that. It really depends on how much effort, what's the criteria, right? And what's the support, what the resource from the community. If every one of you, the audience, you are listening to me, if any one of you have more and more faith compared to now today, and then we can be even closer to achieve that target. Of course, everyone want to reach that target. Yes, sorry, I just want to emphasize that.
That's totally fine. My next question is, there are a lot of DEX crypto in space now, such as Kaspa and many other forks. Their community is big too. In the long run, I see that we are way too behind them. So what we have in some venture capitals, backends, etc. How do you guys plan to capitalize Waterfall network to the masses that will overtake coins like Kaspa or other DEX cryptocurrencies?
So yeah, I think it is a question for me. Basically, again, long story short, and my apologies. I returned this Sunday from last week's business trip and got some virus on the way, so I will be coughing. But you know, we still feel good enough for development of our development and adoption of our technology. So. I responded already to the similar question back in the days in Telegram. I think it was this Friday. So long story short, you know, we don't, you know, we cannot observe waterfall in a long run because waterfall is not in a long run yet. I provided multiple examples, like, you know, it usually takes, like, you know, I mean, sometimes it is like this, sometimes it is different, but for protocols it is not uncommon to, you know, to have, like, for example, 2 years as a takeoff phase, right? And I provided multiple examples from 2015, 2017, 2019 or 2018, 2020, 2021, 2023, etc. So there are you can observe basically the good technologies, they are not the good projects, they are not based on speculative intents. And for example, if what we are observing, what we see right now on the market, and this is not going to be like that, is sometimes purely speculative intent, for example, driven by meme coins, right? And we are getting like average life cycle of meme coins, you know, of 20 days, of 12 days, right? Like 98% are dying, etc. And yeah, of course, when you are comparing, for example, infrastructure project to this, yeah, you can see like huge growth and then huge decrease in price and then maybe pick up something, etc. On this meme coin thing. And the audience right now, especially the new audience, which is actually to which this growth cycle is the first one, is expecting the technology projects to follow the same path. In reality, it is not like this, and it was, in many cases, it was never like this. Even Solana, which is currently like a big deal, it wasn't like this from the beginning, despite even having a lot of venture backing, etc. You can observe, you know, ups, you know, raises and falls of this project, and you can observe how it was, you know, was being adopted, then community were withdrawing from it, then it was getting back. You can see the same with Stone, even though they have the huge inflow of users coming from Telegram, etc. Adoption takes time. So when we are talking about how we're going to do this, well, we're going to work, and when I'm saying we, I'm not talking about us as a team only. I'm talking about us as a community. We are going to deploy dApps. We are going to use dApps. We are going to improve technology. And by the way, we made the documentation and repository public, so you are also more than welcome to join the development effort of the protocol itself. Also, the dApps are, as I mentioned, you know, the dApps are getting deployed. So yeah, basically, this is an iterative process. It is not the, you know, it is not the, you know, we can say we are not targeting the life cycle of such projects is like 5+ years. So we are currently in like 6 months or a little more than 6 months time from the launch period. So we are very early, and it is good that for many of you that we are early. And yeah, you are welcome to join and support these efforts. and support us on this journey. And yeah, there are other technologies, of course. They are also good, but we have our unique advantages, and this is not the final list. So what you see right now is mature enough to use, but it is way behind the end goal we are aiming to achieve. And yeah, we are working on this, and you will see soon the progress of this. Thank you for the good question.
Yeah, thank you for answering that. And my next question will be addressed to Richard. How does business development team work with exchanges to ensure liquidity and adoption?
Yes, we do have a dedicated team to approach the exchange. For existing exchange like GetIO and MEXC, we do engage several third party to help us to have a better liquidation, and also we do have the other strategy to support the further to facilitate all the trading requirement. So, but as you know, based on the legal compliance, that's only thing I can share for now. And also for further exchange, we do have some other tactics to have a more partnership with the exchange to have a friendly and smart way to facilitate the liquidation. So we are on the way. We are on the way.
Okay, got it. Thank you. If we are talking about this quarter, can you give us some overview of your strategy for this quarter?
Yeah, in high level, we do have several research reports that we partnership with Mazari and also Cointelegraph and some other research, because we do have a very good technology, and based on their independent interview, they also believe so. So they are going to publish certain reports about Waterfall technology. By that, we believe there are some other infrastructure provider like Ali Cloud, like Google, and even Amazon. They are going to give some more endorsement on this technology. And with that say, there are more the node service provider is going to stake Waterfall as well to support the validation, and also that's one of the biggest strategy. And the other strategy is that we do engage some event. For example, the next week we have some activity in consensus events to promote the expand, also introduce a technology such that we are able to attract more developer to using the technology to develop certain dApps. By having more dApps, we believe more developer, more builder will be joining this network, and eventually that will bring more user, right? So that would be a very high level BD strategy in the next quarter.
Okay, got it. So I believe we should just wait for some good news. And my next question is, so in the space of 2024, which might follow in 2025, there are venture capitals that massively dumps coins, even if they buy the coin at the little bit higher price. Hope they don't sell Waterfall and exit quickly. Can't trust venture capital these days. Do you guys have a good term with them yet? How do you guys plan to attract developers to build on Waterfall via venture capital's connections?
Well, yeah, let me speak this first. Maybe Sergey has other opinion. Based on what my knowledge about the venture-backed Waterfall, they do have a strong face, and they believe in the team, and definitely they are the long-term holder. Well, I would say most of the venture capital that we work with right now, they are not just the holder. Some of them are even the believer. They believe the DAG technology. They believe the layer one is not just like what it is today. They believe that there's going to have a new scenario for the layer one sector, right? So they are the believer there, and they believe in this technology. And some venture capital, some venture, they are the holder for sure, right? And I believe there are two of them are even the builder, means that they do have a small team trying to build up some kind of application. For example, buy trade is one of them. So most of the venture capital we are working with is either believer or holder or builder. With that say, they are not going to dump anything like the whatever crypto fund that people knowing about. Our partner, those venture capital partner, is very well established, good reputation, and they have a very well internal business model to support all the project they back. So I'm not worried about that at all. And we have if not daily, that will be weekly communication with them to tell them what it is about Waterfall today, and what we are trying to achieve the next month, even next quarter or next month. So yes, so that's what it is. So not necessary to worry about the venture capital who backed the Waterfall.
Yeah, I would like to add to this that, yeah, we definitely, stop, I'm sharing the screen instead of sharing the video. Yeah, so, yeah, I would say that, yeah, a good portion of people who are supporting Waterfall early, they are actually users. So they contribute to the security of the network. A lot of the validators and flow of validators you see, this is coming from early adopters of it, and we can call them actually early adopters. Yeah. Some of them are doing integrations like Richard mentioned with their products. Some of them are contributing to the security. Some of them are doing the introductions for us to develop and advance our ecosystem. So we generally feel good about it, and absence of a big speculative, let's say, driven by speculation rounds which supported Waterfall is a good thing. And yeah, we are like Richard said, yeah, we are aiming to be a community-driven project, and we are creating all the conditions for that. So yeah, that's what we have, and collaboration is active, and yeah, we are in touch with them on the regular basis. We are assisting them. We are suggesting them how to utilize Waterfall best, and there will be more steps towards this direction going forward. So we can say that these are kind of these are not like financial supporters, right? This is ecosystem supporters, and we are happy about it. And yeah, multiple integrations are in the progress, and you will hear announcements about this. And you already see some announcements about this as well. Thank you.
Thank you for highlighting this topic. And my next question is, your FIDEO is about 30 million and you raised about 10 millions from venture capitals. Does it mean that you sold minimum 30% of total tokens? What was the price and conditions? Why is there no public information about that, logs, etc.?
Yeah, that's not related at all, because the 10 million commitment from those venture capital is not a one-time capital. As I mentioned maybe 10 minutes ago, it really depends on the capital call, right? Depends on very specific task or duty that we want to achieve. Then we can call it tech capital. So it's not related at all. But again, the FDV is not something like that. This FDV is not something like that. We got a capital and we dilute certain percentage. No, it's not like that, because it's a token, right? It's not equity. So it's not related. And the FDV actually really depends on the value of the token itself, right? And the value of the token itself come from all the contribution from all the holder, all the builder, all the developer, and also all the users, also the subscribers. So it's nothing to do with the capital. So that's what it is. Thank you.
Thank you. I believe the question is answered. And my next question is addressed to Sergey. You have the blockchain without activity. Any plans to change it? I want to hear them if you have.
Yeah, apologies, I'm muting myself. So yeah, definitely. You know, there are actually it's in general it is kind of simple. There are a few key metrics, by the way, which are growing. First one is TVL. TVL is coming from staking and from dApps, and there is on-chain activity which is coming from dApps. So we currently here actually, so first, the number of validators is growing and the TVL as a result of this is growing, and it will be growing going forward with multiple dApps being deployed. I mean, as early as next week, you will start seeing announcements. Also, Andre here, who is also one of the developers deploying on Waterfall. Andre, if you would like to highlight something about your project, please feel free to ping me, and we can pay some attention to this. And in general, yes, we are expecting the inflow of dApps initial. We will assist them with promotion and the growth of their user base, and you know, your as community activities to utilize them will be affecting positively all of these parameters. So again, this is not our effort. This is not our effort as the team. This is our effort as a community. So when you see the dApps, you know, being announced, try them, check them. Maybe you will find them interesting. Yeah, given some unique advantages our technology have, you know, you may find it interesting and become and you can become the user of one or multiple dApps here. And this is how this basically this is how this on-chain activity volume is created. It is us who are creating this, us as a community. So use the network, and yeah, there will be increase in activity and all other metrics. Thank you for this question.
Thank you for the answer. So just join our social media networks and stay tuned about the latest updates and wait for new ones. And I would like to say that we are done with the business development questions. And Richard, thank you so much for joining us. And we can move to the technical questions.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you. And I will stay here for a while for any further questions. So I love to answer again. I believe this project, it, you know, for all the crypto project or
I think there is a connection problem, but Victoria, please.
Yeah, should we move forward? Okay, so about technical question. My first question is, when will we get our rewards back? And will be there compensation for the days when the network didn't work?
Yes, the answer for this is yes. We actually, so yeah, as we announced, and I in particularly announced this, that yeah, there for sure will be basically association will assist with this. We cannot say that this is actually where our fault directly, right? but we will assist with this, and there will later be released an instruction how to receive this. So we will come up with the process right now. So currently the measures are getting undertaken to prevent it in future. So we are can say we are increasing the influence of association over the network, because for now, currently, as we are at the very early stage, such incidents may happen. And it accidentally happened that one of the infrastructure provider received bigger portion of the network, and then something happened on their end. So currently we are distributing this, where the association is increasing the amount of validators it owns, and it is running, and basically this allow to kind of to prevent this in future, and also it is distributing its validators across different conventional cloud infrastructure providers. So in case, for example, there were speculations about some other projects, what will happen if Amazon will stop supporting? What will happen with this? If this project will start, if this company will start stop supporting it. So we are managing these risks. And yes, the appearance of this is unlikely in future. It's not like it is not happening with different technologies on the way. But yeah, this I believe also Alex will go deeper in these details. But we soon are releasing the hard fork, so we are actually encouraging everyone to update as soon as you can, because basically this hard fork is going to have some preventative measures for if, let's say, for whatever reason the scenario repeats, right? The network will be more resilient to this type of cases. So yeah, we can say yes, the lesson is learned, and the measures I think that there will be, anyways. I think, yeah, basically the question was about compensation. The compensation will happen. Yes, we are. We did this announcement, and we're going to execute what has been promised.
Hi, everybody. I'm Alexander Keflit. I want to add some more information about what's happened and how we will be do compensation. So yes, now we're preparing for hard fork, like Sergey said, and next week, maybe it's on Monday, fork will be started. But this information we will send today or tomorrow, how you can update your node. It's easily or Docker pull or update application. So about compensation, we already coded some script and check how many validators lose. And it's about 300 voters. And also, I think network doesn't work today, and maybe all rewards which weren't earned will be compensation too. I think maybe it's can be about 600 voters per validators. Where we get these voters to compensation? When we started our network, we started with 2,000 validators, and all time these validators worked and have rewards. So from these rewards, we will compensation for other validators for broken network. So maybe I also answered your questions. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And I believe the answer is clear, so our community will get their rewards back. So my next question is, can you guys create a system where we can stake Waterfall coins too? I believe it will help Waterfall networks scale too and help future investors feel safe investing in the technology without losing too much money. Would it be helpful to talk with the exchanges like Gate.io or MEXC where they provide staking rewards by locking the coins. Will be better if we can stake coins like Cardano's system, where you can stake and don't need to turn on the PC forever for that.
I want to answer quickly, and maybe Sergey continue answer it. Now we are testing with partners liquid staking on testnet 9, and I think soon we will can test this on mainnet, and our partners will present it liquid staking on Waterfall network. What about the Gate.io MEXC or other information? Maybe Sergey can answer.
Yeah, well, speaking of the relationship with exchanges, this is actually not our task. So this is more work on association side. But yeah, these developments are possible. The bigger the partnership, the more time it takes. However, we do understand the task about convenience, and that was the reason why we were recommending using infrastructure providers. Because yes, they definitely are providing more convenient way where users are not able, where users don't really care as much about updates or everything. It's just, you set it up and they take care about it. And, right now, first, we, as I said before, we have undertaken a set of measures to prevent it in future. One of these measures, where in particular we were working with infrastructure providers, they also undertaken internal measures to actually to prevent this in future. So we can say that network is currently working better than it was working before. And given the fact that we are increasing our influence in the, I'm talking about association's influence on the network, you can keep using infrastructure providers, and this is kind of not dangerous path. Also, with the teams working on the convenience of this, with introduction of a liquid staking, the process is getting to be even more convenient. Also, there is an ongoing work about, let's say, increase of the amount of infrastructure providers, right? And when we will have, again, the lesson is learned. We had 3, and some issues appeared. So now we will, as soon as we get, for example, let's say 15, and the distribution will be somehow balanced, we will start decreasing the association influence on the network. And yeah, this will drive us to decentralization. And yeah, by the way, we think that decentralization is important. So please feel free to use them, and soon the new additional convenience layers will be introduced. Also, we as a team are considering launching own staking service, so infrastructure service, which also will have certain levels of convenience designed specifically for the network. This is not uncommon. Also, some other projects are doing this as well, and we're not different in this case. So yeah, soon you will get more services which are designed to increase convenience of the process. So yeah, that's where we are, and yes, expect to hear the updates on this matter soon. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. There is much work in progress indeed, so just expect some good news in the nearest future. And my next question is there the mobile node in works? I believe it will be a true game changer and will be really fair for people where every person, even with the lowest Android spec devices, can run nodes. Anything to say about this?
Yeah, our team of researchers conducted studies, and they did a big work and provide for developer team information about light validators. And now we have an understanding of how we will launch it, and we have planned and started development this year. So we will in future we will provide more information about that. But now we need to development mobile application. Maybe Sergey can add some information.
I think actually Alex said everything. Yeah, it is a work in progress mode. We are still working on this. There could be multiple stages. There could be the stage where we release the client to operate the cloud infrastructure providers. Then there could be a stage where we launch first mobile nodes, but they don't have full functionality of the full nodes. And then there will be some other transition phases. But yes, we are working actively on this, and you will soon see the new research appearing, because this is present almost on our on every our daily call. And yeah, we are planning to do this. That's nothing has changed. And if it will,
Yep. And my next question is, crypto is moving way too fast to follow up. We will fall behind. All other crypto follows the same rule using EVM compatibility, but ignores other chains like BNB chain and Solana. So Sergey, can you guys please also include Solana, BNB, Tron, Telegram, Open Network, etc., as they are most liquid on Waterfall?
Yes, the answer is yes. We are connected through bridges to at least multiple of them, namely Binance Smart Chain, Polygon, Arbitrum, Base, and Ethereum itself. So we're going to expand this list going forward. So yeah, definitely. And there are some projects which are planning to launch and utilize this. Apologies. Utilize these connections through to these networks, and basically, yeah, that is the plan. This is already present, and the dApps are already on the testing phase, on the late testing phase period. So yes.
Okay, nice to hear. And my next question is, last week in February 2025, Ethereum upgraded its speed and all. So in the future, I believe they will fix their scalability issues and other stuff. So let's say Ethereum solved everything. When they do solve everything, layer 2 will die off or be considered a dead project. How and what will Waterfall play out? Will it become a dead chain too, like the layer 2 or layer 1 that are providing scalability? Is it possible for you to create a new ground-up smart contract that will fix the flaws of the network, such as solving 52% attack, speed, and scalability? If so, can they go together with DEC? Just want to know if you guys have any plans if you think about it. Since guys have highly experienced people in the team, can you pull it off? Also, as you know, the recent node issues, people were staking on only one infrastructure provider, which almost made it a 53% attack issue. If there was any hacker, they could be taking their vulnerabilities and stolen the coins. That's the thing.
So, well, there are multiple levels of this question. So, number one, let's say we live in the world where Ethereum solve it all. It's great, it is a great world, and frankly, observing the dynamics of the market, we don't believe there will be any single project which will solve it all, right? And and be everything for everyone. We with the same narrative, we can say, okay, what if Bitcoin will solve it all, right? If Ethereum will become obsolete. If this is present, yeah, that is great, but it is unlikely to happen because there are different advantages and disadvantages of the technology of the different technologies for particular use cases, and basically, yes, that's what we think about it. And as far as we know, Ethereum is not going to implement at least all of the features which we are planning to implement. Also, there is a lot of things which are kind of work in progress mode, which we are still not announcing. But yeah, we are happy and enthusiastic to support Ethereum community. We were also doing some publications in this regard as well, and yeah, we don't believe in the future where we can say we will cease to exist. There is always the path, and we were considering this path about modularity of the virtual machine, for it to be able to understand different programming languages, for different devices, and push further the concept of decentralization. And it is interesting that essentially Ethereum currently is the most decentralized technology out there, but in reality this is not the big decentralization which may be needed. So we are working in this direction as well, and well, there are many things in future. And if you are asking if it is possible that all the technologies will become better than us and we will cease to exist, yes, it is of course possible, and that's what happened with multiple technologies in the past. But we, as far as we observe the dynamics on the market, we don't believe in this future. And if you, like Richard said, if you are a believer like us in the bright future of Waterfall, you are welcome to contribute in different ways, the ways we suggested, and the more of us are contributing to the development of the network and the ecosystem, the lower the chances of the disaster scenario to appear, disaster scenario for us. Maybe it is a good scenario for the industry. So all of this is a good news and a good potential developments of the industry. And yes, our job here is to play our role and contribute to this development. Thank you for the good question.
I want to add some information about our recent incident. And about attack 51%. To do if attack will be able if one hackers has control not 21%. He needs to have control 67% of the network. Which the association will not allow at the moment. So we check who activated validators and which providers use. We know this information. So and we are controlling that. Also, if even if an attack occurs, it is important which fork the honest validators and exchanges use. So it's like about many years ago on Ethereum, when now we have Ethereum and Ethereum Classic, and it's different forks. And also, if we have less than 12%, so we can use our fork, and the other honest validators use our forks and continue works. And in our works, hackers will get penalties, and sometimes their validators will be flashed, and our network continue work, but also their network also will be continue works. And our validators will have penalties and slash it. But I think we can choose which fork to use it and continue, and maybe next if we will be grow our validators in future, and our network will be our fork will be have more validators and more honest than hackers. So I think it's not a big problem, but shortly it can be a problem, but it can be resolved. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for answering that. And my next question is, blockchains, that's very competitive space. The biggest competitor for your current achievements, that's Solana. But even with 25,000 TPS, you can't be equal with them. A few of the biggest differences, ecosystem and dApps, community, fruit stability. This is not easier to achieve than blockchain with 11,000 TPS. Where do you see your blockchain, in what niche, and what plan you have for one difficult task, users and project attraction?
I think competition is always good. And we are only at the beginning of our journey, and I think we have many different ideas that will allow us to carry out our own niche in the world, in this blockchain world. So we have a long-term period and improve our network and add new features, and maybe in 5 years maybe we will a good network and project for other people. So, and I think Sergey can add some more information there, his opinion about this question.
So yeah, this kind of this corresponds to the response we have given at the beginning of this, because we nothing is built, nothing appears out of the blue, right? For example, there are different networks, right? Even highly capitalized, like let's say Aptos, right? And I think 1 year after launch of Aptos, there were some. I was part of the panel discussion where somebody said, "Hey, they have only 4 transactions per second on their network." And yeah, that it takes time. And what Solana is right now is not where they were at the beginning. And the same happens to pretty much. You can observe the life cycle of the technologies. Again, I provided multiple, but you can get the list of the protocols and see how long did it take for them to form the ecosystem and and make this ecosystem adopted. We have strong partnerships, which Richard highlighted. There is a lot of things which are in work in progress mode, which we're still not announcing regarding enterprise use cases, regarding decentralized ecosystem use cases, regarding again, I was recently, you can see on my social media, I was recently attending Kennedy Space Center, and it was a business trip. There are potentially even space tech use cases, and basically high decentralization of the network with high scalability and with low node requirements make it applicable not only for mobile devices, or mobile devices, understanding of the mobile devices could be switched to the different dimensions. So there is a lot of things which are progressing. Again, we live in the world where projects, where most of the projects, again, yesterday I learned that on Pump Fun, there was an article that like 10,000 projects created a day, and 9,000 something of them are dying in a day. And the average life cycle of this is the amount of projects more than the entire period of 2017 to 2018 was presented and created in one day. So obviously, community right now is a little bit kind of having very very short-term expectations. So if something is not happening in one day, right, it is already probably going to cease to exist. And yeah, I can understand this, because yeah, if you are having like 9,000 projects dying per day, yeah, of course, that's what it is. But this is not the game for infrastructure technologies. We also are there are more things in progress, and soon you will hear the announcements again. I'm highlighting once again Andrei if he wants to add something to this, because there is also an angle of development in AI field, and there are different views on this, and Waterfall infrastructure can on the long term be upgraded to be a participant in this. And we are waiting for a long time to actually to talk about something with AI, because we see many projects are adding AI thing to them, and they are, we are, great for AI agents. We were looking for particular use case, and I think we are close for this use case to materialize, and then we will do this announcement. So, we are working on this, and we encourage you to help us in different ways, and this way we will get there faster. And we do believe in the future of the mass adoption of Waterfall. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for answering that. And my next question is, why don't we see daily repo updates on GitHub?
Because for the development we use GitLab. And we use also GitLab like task management, and we updated GitLab when we make updates for mainnet. So also the repositories on GitHub are not ours. GitHub repositories is owners of GitHub repository is Linux Foundation. So, but we have plan in future optimization to synchronization our repositories, and we will see our updates every day. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. I believe the question is answered. And my next question is addressed to Sergey. Can Waterfall be a designed blockchain protocol that inherently balances the trilemma of scalability and decentralization, while also integrating privacy-preserving features like zero-knowledge proofs without significantly increasing the computational load of nodes?
The answer to this is yes, probably yes, because but as of today, we already pushed the boundaries of this trilemma to the different level than it is usually implemented by other technologies. So we have already done this in the past, and we are planning to do it in the future. ZK-related work is in progress, and there will be papers on this topic as well. So you can see that our research department is working pretty efficiently in solving the tasks, solving the complicated tasks in the ways which were not implemented previously, or introducing new upgrade to the ways how it was designed before. And yes, as a head of research department, I can say yes to both questions, and you will hear the news about it. Some shortly, some in the observable future.
Yeah, thank you. So just follow our social media channels to stay updated of the latest news. And we have 3 more new questions from our community. So the first one is, So given that the security of many blockchain systems relies on the computational hardness of certain mathematical problems, like the discrete logarithm problem for elliptic curve cryptography, how can Waterfall blockchain, where the consensus mechanism is based on solving a problem that is NP hard but not necessarily in NP complete, in such a way that the solution cannot be efficiently verified by third party without significant computational effort? Furthermore, how would you ensure this system maintains both quantum resistance and a reasonable transaction throughput?
I guess I will start with this. So basically, first of all, I think it is, let's start from post-quantum part, right? We initially were planning to do this post-quantum upgrade, and we even estimated it. So, I'm sorry, to make it, to implement it prior to the launch, but we decided not to do this to maintain compatibility with existing Ethereum ecosystem, which is still the largest and is still growing, and we are still big believers in EVM. We can say we are EVM maxis, but yeah, that's addressing the previous question. It doesn't limit us to switch to something else or expand it going forward later. But yes, as far as of now, I mean, we still believe in this. And again, the post-quantum cryptography, it is less of the kind of consensus algorithm task. It is more the cryptography task. So, and it is not the how to put it right. It is. Let me put it this way: post-quantum cryptography is used in two places. It is digital signatures, and it is hash functions. And some of the post-quantum algorithms are showing better performance than, for example, elliptic curves cryptography, which is used by many projects. And yes, it can be upgraded, and I believe that this move should be coming not from one technology, but from the ecosystem as a whole, right? And this will significantly increase the compatibility level. So, for example, when the time comes, right, and multiple projects are getting updated, they are getting updated, and all the tool set is getting updated, and all the basically, and let's say this way, you are not becoming like some kind of incompatible or non-interoperable technology, right? You are updating yourself with the industry, and when industry is making the step, we're ready to make it alongside with them. And given the fact that we are pretty efficient in our development, we can do it pretty quickly. So yeah, that's what we have. And that was other part. It was a long question. 1 second. Let me check it once again. Speaking now about complexity of the computational complexity, the purpose for us, again, one of our tasks is actually to preserve low node requirements. And this is one of the tasks which people are not paying attention to, but we believe that it is important for decentralization. And with current narratives, again, there are different views on this, But yeah, we are aiming to solve it for to preserve the low node requirements, and preserving low node requirements, we need to design the consensus and the task it solves, the way for it to be able to be processed by the lowest possible devices, the devices with lowest possible hardware requirements. So this is the work in progress mode. And again, I can talk a lot on this topic, and there were previous AMAs where we were highlighting the general vision of the separation of the network on the subnetworks. We were talking about virtually unlimited sharding, where we're talking about parallelizing different computations and achieving it in a way that it could be done separately with every device to be to have low node requirements and achieve higher performance, and making it potentially, the more decentralized it becomes, the more scalable it becomes. So basically, the answer in this question could be like a separate AMA if we go to every item by item. But yeah, we are working on this. Our views hasn't changed, and as soon as our views will change, we will inform you. But they haven't changed much, and yeah, it is a work in progress mode, and yeah, you are welcome to contribute if you wish, by the way, to the research process as well. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for answering that. And we are run out of time, but we have 2 more questions, 2 very technical questions. Should we highlight them on the next MA session, or can we highlight them today? What do you say?
I would suggest actually let's leave them for the next AMA session, because yeah, we should be preserved on time, because in one of the AMA sessions people were asking, okay, there is not that much views on the AMA, and of course, yes, when you have AMA which is like 2+ hours, yeah, it is hard to review it, even 1 hour AMA. So thank you everyone for asking the good questions. We probably, let's arrange, I'm going to East Denver, and the questions are technical, so I'm leaving on the 22nd. So let's organize another AMA next week, so we will cover all the outstanding questions and the new ones, and if needed, we can go deeper into details. And the previous question was good one, research related. If you would like to, for us to add more color to this, please specify the angles where you would like to, where you would like us to provide more details, and we're happy to do so. So we really appreciate these good and deep questions, which actually is a good signal of your attention to us, and we appreciate this attention. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for asking all of the questions we have, and thank you so much, Sergey, Richard, and Alex, to answering them. The record of this MA will be published on our YouTube channel shortly. So yeah, still update. Thank you so much all.
Yeah, thanks everyone. Have a good day.
Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.